Hi, and welcome to Simple Spirituality PH. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Regine. I am an intuitive, manifesting-based tarot reader. I am a certified Reiki healer and an overall light worker. And before we dive into today's video, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications on my new videos to please hit the subscribe button over here, I think. If you like this video later on, please give it your thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me online for now, of course, here are the details. And as always, before we begin the video, I would like everyone to know that every Tuesday on my Instagram at SimpleSpiritualityPH, it is Free Health Reiki Tuesday. So if you or anyone you know would like to have Reiki done, just go to my Instagram channel, just go to my Instagram at SimpleSpiritualityPH, and you can check that out. Alrighty, so here are our cards, but before we begin, oh, look at my nails. But before we begin, every Tuesday is on my Instagram, all right, at SimpleSpiritualityPH. Every Tuesday is Free Health Reiki Tuesday. If you or anyone you know would like to have Reiki done, just go to at SimpleSpiritualityPH and send in the photo of that person, or send in the birth date, or complete birth date rather, and birth name. So the complete name and complete birth date. Nothing will go out, everything is confidential, and we will send Reiki to them. Now, every Wednesday, my one question, one card reading is 50% off. Now, one question, one card reading is you have a question, and then we'll answer with one card, for example, like this. And then I'll show you that, and I'll explain the card. I'll do a reading, basically. So that is a one question, one card reading. So every Tuesday is Free Health Reiki Tuesday. Every Wednesday is one question, one card reading is 50% off. That's on at SimpleSpiritualityPH. Now, I also have a donation channel, or rather a donation link for those who enjoy my content and would like to tip me, would like to, show their gratitude to me. Thank you very much who have done so. You are not required to do so, of course. But if you do want to do that, there's a link down below, and that is the only link available for that. Now, I also have a promo, or not a promo actually, it's a contest rather. I would like to say thank you to everyone who have tipped so far. So I would like to give the people who have tipped me the chance to win a completely free email reading. Yes, you heard that right, completely free email reading. So if you have donated, if you have tipped down below, you are automatically in the running for a free email reading from me. All right, I will announce I will announce the winners via DM. All right, I'll send a DM to that person every month. That will be happening for the rest of 2024. So there you go. All right, now enough blabbering, let's go on to the video. Now, today's reading is a highly requested video reading by several people, and we're finally going to do it. It's about IU and Jong Suk. Okay, Jong Suk. So prior to this, I didn't do any research. Like, I know that they're together and I know that they're getting married, right? Congratulations to them. But anything other than that, I didn't do any research. So that makes for a better reading, because I know that it's going to be completely neutral from my end. All right, I have no preconceived notions of it. First question. Oh, sorry. First card, second card, third card. Let's do, this is interesting. Okay, so I haven't really seen this card yet. Let's do communication style, love life, and kind of like the closest possible future. All right, now this is all energetic, nothing is factual. Energy completely changes, so this entire reading could change by later, it could not change by later, but let's see what's going on in their energy right this moment. All right, so we said this is love, right? Communication, right? This is love, life, and this is closest possible future, okay, communication style. Now, in terms of communication between IU and Jong Suk, it looks like the both of them have excellent communication. Although it does seem like one of them, and I feel like it's Jong Suk. I think that Jong Suk has considers communication more of a love language than IU, as you can see, there's also a very definitive line here. Like, I consider that line as a very stark difference between their love languages. But I do think that they understand each other, even if they have different love languages. I think IU, based on this card, IU seems to have a love language that is more on like physical, like more on like spending time. But it seems that Jong Suk has more of a love language that is via communication. It seems that they do seem eye to eye though. Like, I don't see anything that is opposing to each other, you know? I mean, opposing in a way that could be a source of argument for them, right? But even though they have very different love languages, even though they have very different communication styles, actually, it seems like one of them does enjoy the more physical kind of communication, like body communication, you know? There are different ways to communicate. It's not just verbal communication, but you can also have like physical communication. And so it does seem like one of them has like the verbal communication down pat, and then as a love language, and then body communication, like physical communication as a love language. They do seem eye to eye though. When it comes to expressing themselves, it seems like they do understand each other very well. So even though they differ in that, it's not a problem for them. Very good dynamic for a relationship. If you want a spouse, if you want a girlfriend or a boyfriend, a spouse, remember to always see eye to eye. You don't have to have the same love language, all right? You don't have to have the same love language. It's not just for K-pop artists. It's a reminder to all of us that in any relationship, be it romantic, be it family, be it friends, you don't have to have the same love language. You just need to know what the love language of the other person is in order for them to understand you. It's always better for someone to understand you in their same language, right? Let's take it at the very core level. Let's say, for example, one of you speaks English, the other one speaks their native language, right? Or another language, rather, because English might not be a native language either. But let's say you both have different native languages. You won't understand each other if you keep forcing your own language, right? You'll only be able to understand each other in your own languages. But that doesn't mean that you need to force the other person to like it, you know, or to change their language just so they understand you, right? You simply need to know, you simply need to learn what the language of the other person is in order for your message to get through, because you're the one wanting to say the message, right? So in terms, there's an ambulance far away. By the way, it's really, really hot here in the Philippines, so there have been a lot of fires. There have been a lot of like heat waves going on. Like, we can get up to 50 degrees basically, but yeah. So yes, when it comes to languages, especially love languages, you don't necessarily have to change your entire language style. You just have to know what the love language of the other person is in order for you to understand that, oh, when they do this, they're giving me love. Or when I do this to them, they see that as me giving them love, right? And at the same time, let them know as well that your love language is this. Your style of receiving love is this. When you do this, I feel that I'm receiving love, right? And that seems to be the case for the both of them. That's why their relationship works, you know? And it's very cool because they're both very busy stars. They're both in the limelight a lot of times, and yet they understand each other. And they're getting married, and their relationship is getting better and better, right? So it's a lesson in communication. Even though they're different, they still see eye to eye. The main point is that they actually do make it a point to express themselves thoroughly so that they understand each other. And so there's no like miscommunication between the both of them. Very good. Like, props to them. You know, not a lot of people do this. Like, they're already idols and they're already pressed for time and they already have like so many things to do, and yet they make it a point to understand each other. Very good communication. Very, very good communication. And it's very different, but very good communication, right? We can all learn from IU and Jong Suk. So, romance. Let's go to romance. So we know that they're getting married, right? Oh, and one of the gems got stuck. They're getting married. All right, there we go. This marriage, this proposal, these plans actually are very much loaded. Like, they're so loaded. But what I like is that there is a balance, you know. There's a balance of their expression to me from what I see in this card. There's a balance of expression right here. Oh, sorry. But at the gems keep getting stuck. But I do like these nails. So there's a balance of expression, and at the same time, there's a balance of thought. Like, they really thought this through. They thought about the love factor. They thought about the stability factor. They thought about how their life would be going forward, you know, moving forward. They thought about their feelings for each other, you know, and they really made a stand. They made an effort to really think about the marriage. Like, what would it be if they were married? You know, how would it be like if they were married? What would the media think? What would they think of each other? Actually, they've gotten to that point where it doesn't matter what the media thinks, you know. Like, I see IU and Jong Suk as not really caring about what the media thinks, that they're living their own life. And anyway, they are idols that have their own, like, they are famous, right? And they are celebrities, rather, that have their own minds, and they are their own person, and they've gotten to that point where their celebrity status is so big that they don't really mind what media will think. And that's the way it should be in general, not just for idols, but for people in general. You know, do what you want to do. Don't let anyone stop you, you know, like, just be yourself, basically. So I see that there has been a lot of communication. And again, communication, right? There's a lot of communication between the both of them. They have really thought this through, this decision through. And I see that it is equal heart and equal mind. You know, they thought about this and they felt this very thoroughly. Like, it was not a decision that was made poorly. It was a decision that was made with a lot of factors that they considered. And they considered it one by one. That's what I see here. So this romance is very, very stable at the moment, like completely stable at the moment. Now, remember, things always change, right? So this card might not be valid tomorrow or the next day, or, you know, it can completely change. But as of this moment, all right, as of this moment, as of what day is it? Let me consult my watch. As of April 23, 10:15 a.m. Their relationship is very solid, secure. They understand each other. It's very stable. They have a balance of both the mind and the heart. They are able to express themselves very clearly. And the best part is they made a conscious decision to do this. They made a conscious decision to get married. It wasn't like, oh, we've been together for so long, maybe we'll get married. Because sometimes marriages end up like that, you know. A lot of marriages are like, well, you know, we've been together for so long, maybe the next step is marriage, you know, like maybe that's like the natural next step, not really considering that, is it something that we want? You know, just because you've been together for so long doesn't mean that you need to go through marriage, right? It doesn't mean that you need to get married, or marriage isn't necessarily, like, for me, you know, and in general, marriage is not necessarily the only next step. There are several next steps to that. Buying a house together is a next step. Living in together is also a huge next step. Getting a dog or a cat together is also a next step. Adopting a child is also a next step. There are several things you can do to go to the next step if that is what your wish is. And so a lot of people actually choose, this is my judgment, okay? A lot of people actually choose marriage very poorly, thinking that it will be the next step, but not really considering if that is really what they want, to be together with this person 24/7. Because remember that love is a decision. It's not always happy in a marriage. Yes, there are so many good memories to be made. There is so much love and so many feelings of goodness to be made, but it also comes with its downs. Life is ups and downs, and you have to be prepared for that, all right? And so in this dynamic, in this relationship, they are prepared. They have thought this through. They are continuing their conscious decision to get married, and it seems like it's favorable. It seems like it's favorable. It's not something that they went in foolishly. They did think about everything. They thought about the love. They thought about the stability. They thought about their future. They thought about their feelings. They even thought about the money that goes into it. And they expressed themselves very clearly with it, So as of this moment, very stable romance, very stable relationship. Good for you, IU and Jong Suk. Okay? Good for you. Now, closest possible future, if they continue down this path, right? Let's say that nothing changes for the time being and they continue down this path. All right. Now, I do see that there might be a little bit of a struggle in the money department. The money, that was the first inkling that I had. It can be love or money. Because actually love and money are the same vibration. So that's why a lot of people who have difficulty with money also have difficulties with love, or also experience hardships with love. And it can also be the opposite. While one person, like it can be an imbalance of energies. Like one person someone might be really good with love, but really poor, doing very poorly, or experiencing very poor experiences with money, all right? But they're the same vibration, basically. So, same frequency, rather. So, I do see that in the future, they may, I'm not saying they will, okay? Stop misconstruing will for may. May is something that might happen. Will is something certain that will happen. So I'm saying that this might be possible. Possible, not certain, all right? So, they may experience a little bit of a hardship. I think it might be, again, either financially or romantically. And this is mostly due to the fact that they have different schedules, IU's going on tour. In fact, she's coming here to Manila in June, and my friends are watching her, So there might be a little bit of a problem with that. Imagine trying to plan a wedding while you're on tour. Planning a wedding is difficult enough when you're both together in the same country. And I know this because I know how much of a struggle it is, because when my sister and her husband got married, he was actually in a different country while she was planning the entire wedding. He was not present for the entire, physically, okay? Just physically. But he would video call in. He was not present for the entire duration of planning, and my sister really needed help and all of that, and that's why she hired a wedding planner. She initially didn't want a wedding planner, but that's what happened. But it was really a struggle because it's so difficult to plan a wedding while you're together. What more if you guys are apart, right? And IU's going on tour. So there might be, like we're saying, there might be a little bit of a hardship either in the money department or the romance department. But it's nothing that they can't get over. Like I said, I see that there's a lot of stability in there. And they actually have, see the similarities in color? This one as well has a little bit of a similarity in color, just a little bit. This one is the most different one. Their communication style is the most different one. But these two are very similar together. It's kind of like a before and after. But yes, what I'm seeing is that, yes, a little bit of a struggle, but it's nothing that they can't get over. And this is because they choose to do it. That is the difference between love, like real love. A lot of people think that real love is a feeling, and no, it is not. It is the choice. Because can you love someone when you've spent so many years with them? When can you tell yourself with all full certainty that you will have the feelings, the butterflies, all the cutesy lovey-dovey feelings after maybe 50 years of struggle with them? Let's say that you have a struggling life, let's say that you live with a lot of struggles and it's been 50 years. Do you feel the butterflies? Will you feel the butterflies? I would beg to say no. But the fact that you are still together with that person, that is what love is. It's the decision to go through this, choose this every single day, whether it's a low point or a high point. And this is what they have right now at this moment. This is what is possible. One of the possibilities for them. They choose to be together. They invested in each other emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. That's what I see. And it's made for them a very good dynamic. And they want to continue this. That's why it's a conscious decision that even though they might experience, even though they might experience financial troubles or romance troubles, they will most likely still stay together. And they will choose to get over it. They'll choose to talk it out and be very mature about it and say, okay, this is happening. What is going on? We will see what we can do about it.